tasted, I really liked the flavor because like it was just, the flavor was just like in it. So I'll show you how to make tofu, even though it seems like you guys are all professionals at tofu already. So I use the organic firm tofu. You can buy this at Aldi. It's the cheapest place you can find it. It's $1.55. $1.55. See, like 3 years from now, we'll go back and we'll watch this. We'll be like, it was only $1.55. Man, that's like the Stone Age. So I have my tofu opener. Usually I'll cut a slit on either side, and then I'll cut a slit at the bottom, and then I will pour off all that stuff. And then I will squeeze it just a little bit, because the more water you squeeze off, the less time it takes for it to be done cooking. This is what my kids love to do. They like to squeeze it. Maybe it's a boy thing. Okay, so we got our tofu squeezed, and you can rinse it if you want to. Totally up to you. All right, where's my recipe? The recipe's go. All right, so you have your tofu. And I got my pan. Usually I like to use cast iron just because I'm a woman and I got low iron. So I used cast iron. Add a little bit of oil to it. I usually like to use a regular oil versus a spray oil, because if you use a spray oil on cast iron, you are going to take off the finish more than you're going to put, more than anything when you do that. So a little bit of oil in there. Then we're going to take our tofu. I'm taking this home, so my fingers are clean. I'm taking it home. You guys don't have to eat it. So usually what I do, instead of shredding it, I just crumble it. And my kids like big chunks when they eat it. Put that all in there. So they're not huge chunks, but my kids like stuff like this. They'll fight over who's got a bigger chunk. That's just because they're boys. Some commercial chicken seasonings you can buy. There's like McKay's chicken seasonings, and there's also I think Bill's Best chicken seasoning, and there's a couple other ones that you can get. But I like mine just because it's mine. But mainly because it doesn't have like any of the, like sometimes the McKay's has like a sweet taste to it. I'm not sure exactly what ingredient it is in there that's sweet. And it also has like non-caking agents and stuff like that in it, so I like to just do what I have. So you take in a blender, you put your salt in there, some yeast flakes, turmeric, garlic and onion. You can use marjoram or oregano, some sage, some savory or thyme, and some parsley. You just put it in your blender, you turn that baby on, let it go. And then you're going to end up with chicken seasoning. And you use it just like you would bouillon. So 1 teaspoon of this per 1 cup of water is bouillon, or vegetable broth, or whatever else you use. So,
can I just add something to that, Jenny?
Absolutely. Come on over.
So,
come in the camera. We can't see you.
For this chicken seasoning, if you have high blood pressure, or if you're needed to watch your salt, this has a half a cup of salt in it. But you can easily decrease the salt down.
Well, that one doesn't.
No.
But yes, yeah. It makes like.
It's a huge,
It's a big thing, but yes, you can totally
reduce
the salt. You can even take the salt out, which I wouldn't totally recommend. But you could take the salt out if you needed to, but it's yummy. Okay, so once your tofu, depending on depending on if you're a texture person. So if I was at home, I would let this cook until it's almost sticking to the pan, just because I don't like any of the moisture in it, just because I don't like it squishy, like so soft that I can swish it between my teeth, but soft enough to where it's not hard. Does that make sense? So kind of like that texture to where it's not slimy. We don't want it tasting slimy. All right. I think that's about good. I mean, we got most of the moisture out, but if you had water in the bottom of the pan, you just want to keep cooking it until that's gone. And it's not because you have to cook it. Like I used to feed my oldest this, like I just chop it up, and he'd eat it raw with nothing on it. Yeah, so you don't have to cook it. It's just for texture-wise. Before I add the seasonings, there's also other types of tofu that you can use if you do like it a little more squishy. This is Mori New Tofu Extra Firm, but this is a shelf-stable tofu. So if you like to have stuff in your pantry, Mori New Tofu. You can find this at Meijer, but we usually have a couple of these on hand at our house because sometimes we can't always find the fresh because sometimes they're out of stock. But we also use it for making like spinach dip and things like that, creamy stuff. I just made a green dressing today. It was so good, and I plopped a box of this in it, and so now it's a dressing that has protein in it too. But this is another way you can do tofu. Patty, is the yogurt made with this kind of tofu?
Yeah.
The yogurt is made with this kind of tofu, not this kind of tofu. So this kind, it doesn't have like a beanie flavor to it as much as this does. So this is better for savory type dishes, this is better for sweet type dishes. But you can use them interchangeably, yeah, because really you can do whatever you want with your own food. All right, let's add our spices. Okay, what do we got here? We got our chicken seasoning. And I'm going to turn the heat off, because usually I'll turn the heat off when I'm adding my seasonings, because otherwise I find that the bottom of the pan likes the seasonings more than the tofu does. So it sticks to the bottom of the pan more. Then we're going to add our yeast flakes. And you can add more or less, you know, if you like garlic, add more garlic. If you like onion, add more onion. Because these were approximates, because usually I just take the shaker and I shake it over, and that's what I usually do. So you can add whatever you want. Oh, what is this? My sausages will taste weird later. That was supposed to go in with the sausages. That's why it has a big X on it, like this is not supposed to be with the rest of the red ones. All right, that's gonna be great. Okay, then we have some parsley. I wonder what, oh, that's probably the Italian seasoning. What else we got left? We got everything? All right, we got all our stuff in there. Now, the nice thing with this is it can be refrigerated, it can be frozen. It does change texture a little bit when it's frozen, but let's say you got some leftovers and you're in a hurry the next morning and you're like, oh, I don't have time to cook and I gotta get out the door and everybody's annoying, and I would never say that, but you got your tofu, right? I'm getting ready for tomorrow. And they're like, you know, we're just gonna make some breakfast burritos. So we're gonna make this into hash. So we're gonna throw some potatoes in there.
I was just gonna also suggest, but you're already putting the peppers and onions in there, that you could do peppers and onions in that too.
Oh yes, yeah,
But
you can put peppers and onions in it.
This took it to a whole nother level today.
Oh yeah. And then we're gonna go ahead and grab a couple of sausages. And then we'll crumble those in there. You could put mushrooms in here if you wanted to. You can put big old hunks of onion in here. I like onions. My kids don't like onions as much, but they'll eat them. You could put some cheesy sauce in here. Did we do cheesy sauce last month or the month before? So you got this nice mixture now. You got your grains. you got your carbs, you got your proteins, it's all in there. You can take yourself a really nice burrito, or if you can't find, if you're gluten free, you can't find any burrito wraps that don't taste like rubber, you could do like a lettuce wrap. You could put it in there and put some spicy something on there, like hot sauce or Creole, or I don't know. Or if you're not a spicy person, you can just put some nice salsa, or you can do some, like tofu mayo or whatever else you want. Or if you're a ketchup person, you can do ketchup. It's a real nice, easy breakfast. And you see how I just made breakfast for our family for tomorrow? Isn't that wonderful? Do a health class and you got breakfast all ready for you. All right, any questions about the tofu?